We're good. We're live. And, let's take a moment and go ahead and get this all set up. Returning back to some more Abomination Vaults featuring the adventurers. Come on, go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Oh boy. I'm Gideon. Am the human fighter. Basic bitch boy.
I think you've called yourself the basic bitch boy every single time you've been asked to introduce yourself.
It is the basic bitch boy class. I don't know what you want.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Riley.
Basic bitch too.
I'll be playing Cezanne, the human cleric, or Pelura.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Wesk.
Wesk, the kobold. Gunslinger. No fear.
That's not true. Go ahead and introduce yourself again, Siri.
Ziri, satyr, a witch that focuses on dead things, so type of necromancer.
Okay, and I am DM Stray. Play a lot of Maid RPG. I will not elaborate. Who wants for 1 hero point to go ahead and tell us what happened last time? Although it looks like most of you are pretty good on hero points, other than you, Ziri. Would you want to give a recap, Ziri?
She's gone.
God damn it. That was like literally 3 seconds.
The lasagna came out of the oven literally right as you asked. It'd be that way sometimes.
Alright, since you find it so funny, let's hear it, Wesk. Give us an animation. Give us
an anime.
I mean, I'm really partial to Sympho here, but...
I didn't say that.
I don't know. If you're going with that director, you might as well go visual prison.
Last time, we concluded the night at the Otari market, where we had just taken down a large skeletal monster. We reconvened with the mayor, who was useless after saving a child. After that, we decided that we each wanted to go our separate ways for a bit to do our own thing. Como went to see Raver and failed so badly at that, he got kicked out, literally kicked out. Cezanne and Ziri spent the night at the Rowdy Rockfish trying to keep the proprietress from they were comforting her as best as they could until she passed out from drink. Wesk tried to go to the graveyard, stopping to speak with the circle of druids on the way, meeting with the more of Otari's unique townfolk that hadn't been met with before, somewhat repairing the relationship with the druids and further improving his relationship with the captain of the town guard as well, before everyone returned back to the Rowdy Rockfish to find that its proprietress was passed out. We were going to put her to bed. Then we realized that the room we opened was probably her son's room. We did the tiniest bit of snooping, or should I say, Gideon did the tiniest bit of snooping before we locked that door back up, and they put her in a just random regular old bed. Then we all went to bed.
Alright, seems pretty good to me. And with that, we will go ahead and continue our story here. As each of you wake up, Brenda has apologetically left a plate of coffee, biscuits, and some eggs in your room, apparently having let herself in during the night while each of you rested. It is a new day. Be sure to prepare any new spells you would like to. Other than that, a reminder that the mayor wished to speak to you sometime soon. But we are free to do as we wish. Where are we going today?
Oh boy, it's daytime.
It is.
We can't go talk to the mayor.
We want to do that first. For that, I would like to see if we could actually look at the graveyard before we head back to the Gauntlet.
Yeah, I'd also like to see if we can find anything about Lazda now that things aren't so hectic.
Well, both the graveyard and the mayor's manor require us to go north. We can figure out which on the way.
But we got the witch right here.
I'm pretty sure the witch is in the godlight, but
There could be two witches. Old Ziri in front of you.
Alright, so we're just heading to the graveyard.
Unless there's any,
So
I mean, it might
we'd
be
at
nice.
least head up here.
It might be nice to talk with the mayor first.
Yeah, I think that would be a good morning chore. We can head to the graveyard a bit later.
Okay. Who's
Okay,
going
I don't
where?
think I need to change any spells. Sorry, I'm caught up. No, I'm good. I'll go with them.
Okay.
Fuck, I'll be right back.
But yes, again, Cezanne, prepare any spells you wish to, as well as this. I think you wanted to do some shopping, Gideon. Wesk, I believe you did yours on the downtime we had.
Yep.
Okay. Let's head to the Minham's Manor first thing, then. Is that what we've agreed upon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a glance at the state of the town as we walk through.
Okay. Otari has definitely seen better days. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like there is a procession of bodies littering the streets, but the Otari marketplace is definitely shut down today, as large scorch marks and some of the fires have ruined some of the nearby houses. Notably, as you pass by the Crook's Nook, you do see Esmeralda, kind of arms crossed, staring out at the devastation. Tavia's nowhere to be seen. Or maybe he's just inside drinking. Regardless, she sort of nods at you as you pass, goes back inside and shuts the door to her tavern, a large closed sign hanging off of it today. You make your way through the town. Ren, either not hearing word that you're coming or choosing not to show her face, makes no appearance. You don't see many people you know. It seems like everyone is kind of spending the day fixing themselves, finding their place in this post-undead attack world. And it is a quiet 10-minute journey as you each hike up the long, steep, slanted hill to the Menham's Manor, which some of you have been in at least once.
Never in, but two.
Yes, two, sorry. It is a large cross-shaped building where half of the manor is a museum to the old Rose Guard. As you make your way to the manor, however, a soldier stops you. Can I help you?
Yes, I believe we had instructions to speak with the mayor this morning. I actually don't have his name written down. Are you fucking kidding me?
Mayor Minims.
Yeah, I didn't have a first name.
It is a Joseph Menham's.
Adding it to the list.
You must be the new Rose Guard that he's been harping on about then, he says. I guess, yeah, you're expected. Head on in and I'll go ahead and tell him you're here. And the guard sort of opens the door, lets you each walk in first. Who's entering first?
Probably May.
Okay.
I'll enter behind Gideon.
I'll follow third.
Siri is also here.
Siri is also here. Regardless, each of you step inside. Ooh, can I get rid of that? Nope, apparently not. Step inside of the Menham's Manor, and you find yourselves in a sizable little hall. It is extravagant and large for a town as small as this. Easily the largest even of the manors, an immaculately huge backyard that the flume that carries the Otari lumber goes directly through their yard. So a few extra guards are placed even among here. It speaks of wealth and extravagance unknown to this small town. Despite the size of the town, however, or the size of the manor, half of it, the eastern wing, has been turned into like a public museum that displays Otari's history. Notably, none of the relics are on display here, but they speak of the tale of the Rose Guard, of Otari's founding, and of how the Menhams came to power alongside the Chartels and the Inkelholtzes, how they founded and grew this town from a logging company into a prestigious, important destination. Are any of you paying any attention to this?
I'm glancing over it.
Okay.
Probably zoning out for the most part. Looking more for the artifacts.
You join Cezanne for about the first 5 minutes, trying to casually glance over to see if there's anything of interest. No artifacts, however. What about you, Wesk, Siri?
Well,
Wesk
Fair.
is. Oh, good.
I was gonna say I'd probably be listening, kind of daydreaming, but also listening.
Okay.
Wesk was mildly interested, but the more they talk, the more he just zones out.
It is an agonizing 5 to 10 minutes that soon drags on to 15 and 20 to 25 as the local guard is now struggling to kind of present a tour, is thankfully or unthankfully, depending on how you see it, soon interrupted by Joseph Minhims himself appearing from around the corner, now in full regalia, wearing a golden cloak and half-plate armor, steps out to greet you. Ah, my champions. It is good to see you. I did not expect you so early in the morn.
Well, there wasn't really too much to do outside of coming to meet you or starting more investigation.
Oh, how I wish I could say the same. There is much to do after that incident last night, of which I have much to discuss with you, if you would allow me to, he says. Have you had breakfast yet? If not, allow me my treat.
Won't say no to more food.
Okay. With a gesture, Joseph orders his relatively few servants to go ahead and begin preparing some light treats. And he brings you each into the western wing, possibly his own personal study, much less grand and ornate than you might expect. For the rest of the house, it seems like this is a more subdued area. And he shuts the door behind him, and the sounds of the town grow quiet. I wanted to speak with you each about possibly, well, I wanted to talk about becoming your patron for your expeditions into the Gauntlight Ruins. If you would allow me, I'd like to officially commission your support for this town. It is clear now that something is happening in the Gauntlet, and I should very much like to both find out what it is and stop it from happening again.
What would you want from us in return?
Well, you would be risking your lives exploring the Gauntlet Ruins. Is that not enough in return?
I just expected,
A catch.
yeah.
I must admit I'm a little bit baffled. I thought the catch would be the danger of exploring the Gauntlet. I suppose then no catch. I just want my people's safety to be guaranteed. I'm a little bit confused. This isn't at all how I thought this conversation would start.
We're looking just as much to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We were already going to be making our way back there anyway.
Well, then that's good. Our interests align already.
Does appear that way.
I'm happy to take any help that aligns with us not dying.
Well, my assistance would be more of the financial sort than anything. I would be willing to pour out my coffers and offer you each 100 gold each if you would find some way to stop that light from happening again.
Yeah, I could see that helping with the whole not dying thing.
We'll happily take money at least, because we wanted to do the same.
Right. The matter of the light is quite concerning, especially with the fact that somehow Gotvane's here even with the Sun Sword.
Yes, that is another thing that I'm worried about, though I am working on that myself.
Already have a lead in that direction?
Sword's
I'm-
busted. Calling it.
He's scowling now at Gideon. The sword is not busted.
Can relics be busted?
The priests assure me that the magic is still in effect, it is still magical, that is... Perhaps it is just being suppressed by some nefarious outside force.
That's an artifact. Well, hopefully we'll know soon enough.
Yes.
Right. Well then, I guess we'll happily take your bags of money and be on our way.
Yes. And he is going to stand and hold out a handshake to you, Gideon.
I'll accept it.
Okay. He shakes your hand and I'll have
Put
the
a look
money.
in his eyes and see how sincere he is.
Give me a perception check.
Sure.
Okay. You get the feeling he's definitely in need of your aid, and he's not trying to trick you. He's pretty sincere about needing the aid. He is, however, something about the way he said 100 gold rubbed you the wrong way.
Like it was cheap?
Something he said about 100 gold rubbed you the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
It's not like his request interferes with any of the other requests we've received thus far.
Yeah, but more money though.
No, I'm all for that. Oh. I mean, if you want to request more, I'll leave the talking to you.
I don't think that's my forte. I'm good at a lot of things. Most of them involve hitting stuff. Crude negotiation is not my first tactic.
Right. I will have the money to your quarters by the end of the day, hopefully. If not the end of the day, then the morning. And you'll happily be on your way and officially sanctioned adventurers for us then. Sounds good.
It's fine by me.
We appreciate you taking the time in this busy day.
And I thank you for risking your lives for the greater good. You'll make fine heroes, adding to the history of Otari.
More corpses on the pile. Could go either way, really.
Let's hope for the former.
That's the plan.
Yes, I've had my fill of corpses.
Me too. $10.
I think there's gonna be more.
And frogs.
Right. Moving on before I change my mind.
Joseph Benhems is looking between each of you as if left out of a in-joke. I don't understand. What is...
You had to be there.
Okay.
Just some gauntlet humor.
Gauntlet humor. All right.
Welp! And he slaps his desk. Now that our little contract is sealed. Is there anything else you need?
I'll glance over to Gideon.
What? No, I'm good.
Okay, that sounds great. I'm going to be very busy these next few days, so I imagine that we will be speaking a little less than maybe we would like, but I will be sure to check in on you as often as I can.
Out of character, guys. I got a 0 in diplomacy. I'm not rolling for any negotiation.
I wasn't
Someone else
saying,
is gonna have to be party face.
I was saying you should negotiate.
Joseph steps over towards the door and opens it and looks at you each expectantly.
Let's go.
Okay.
Walk back out.
Same. On my way out, I'll say, best of luck to you on the town restoration.
Ah, yes. We shall need it, but we are a hardy sort. We have always survived these scenarios.
Yeah, good luck with the paperwork.
I much prefer the paperwork to whatever it is you lot do with your frogs, was it? I feel like I missed something important, but
Honestly,
I will
I'd
not
take the
pry.
frogs over another report.
Then we each have our battlefields, sir. And he taps your shoulder lightly.
I feel like he doesn't like me very much.
What?
You're the last one standing in the room.
I've already been trying to leave, but y'all are in the way. I was first one in.
As you each leave, you are escorted out by a guard. Not roughly or anything, but it is clear that Minhems is a busy man. Negotiations took about another 5 or 10 minutes, and as you leave, he gives you a courteous little bow, a big beaming smile, and then he is turning on the balls of his feet and darting off to go do something else.
Well, honestly, I thought that was gonna go a lot worse.
Contemplating washing my hand in the river. I don't like that guy.
Really?
He just kind of rubs me the wrong way.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, hey, a dove.
On some
Anyway,
birds.
wanted to go see a graveyard about some graves.
Just to double check things. Hopefully, by now they've moved on. They've finished reburying the dead.
Oh god, are we gonna have to pass that druid pool again?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, don't fucking drink from that pool again.
It wasn't even good water. I was exhausted, okay?
They are good people, and they use that water for divination. It's not cool to
Wait, they
drink
use it
from.
for what?
Divination.
Mm-hmm.
Magic stuff.
They pee in it, don't they? Fuck!
Woski's just gonna look this on. If we ever need to deal with him, make sure he's far away.
That's the plan, yes.
As Sazan is relegated to babysitter duty once more, you arrive at the foot of the hill leading back into Otari. What are each of you doing? Are we heading for the Gauntlet, or are we heading for town for other business?
I think we were gonna stop by the graveyard as per Wesk's request.
Okay.
I think since I'm not super welcome over here, I might just go into town and see if I can find anything on Lasda now that things have calmed down.
Okay. Gideon takes his leave and he makes his way into town as the rest of you head to the graveyard. Ziri, are you joining them in the graveyard?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I
Most excited Ziri has been about anything.
I will say this now because I didn't get to bring it up earlier, but I don't think they're gonna have much to rebury. If I recall, the light was generating these things; it wasn't bringing them to life. Unless you think that.
According to the town guard, they were reburying what dead they could.
Yes, as you round the corner, you do see that they are finishing up reburying some bodies. These dead
Going
would
to try
definitely
and hide the
reanimate.
excitement on my face.
Oh, it's better that anything is buried.
Gax is piloting Ziri like a mech in order to get her to go faster. They are reburying the dead, however, Sazan, striking your theory.
Interesting.
What kind of magic would just generate bones?
I'm sorry. What about the giant thing that was in the middle of the town that was specifically stated to not come from a graveyard?
Mm-hmm. What about it?
Regardless. So, what are we looking for here, Wesk?
I just wanted to see if there was any specific reason the light started here first, but they're already here. If they're still here, I'm not exactly going to try and force my way in.
Interesting. The first time I saw it, it was off by the shore, and the second time, it was the library. The graveyard the next time. I wonder if there's any pattern to it. Hopefully, we'll never have to figure that one out.
Alright, Gideon. What are you doing in town?
I'm going to be asking around for the last time anyone has seen Lasda.
Give me a society check or a diplomacy check.
Yeah, that's going to be a society check.
Lasda disappeared about a year ago, and he disappeared into the fog fin with a man that had a lantern. It seemed like they kind of snuck out in the middle of the night together and disappeared. But it is odd that he never came back. While he often snuck out to go play adventurer, as you saw, he loved to adventure.
But he didn't bring any equipment with him.
He would always go back in the morning. It was kind of, the town knew. His mother was the only one in the town who didn't know that he liked to just go out gallivanting at night. He met with a man with a lantern, and the two disappeared into the night, into the fog fin, and everyone assumed he would be back. But this time he didn't come back. That
I'd
was
love
about
to
a
find out.
year ago, though.
Anything about the man with the lantern?
Give me a Notice Society check.
All right.
People just assumed he was another of Lazda's out-of-town friends. Sometimes he would have people come in and they would go into the fog fin together. He didn't cause a ruckus. He kind of appeared, talked to Lazda, and then they left that night. Nobody
And
really...
neither of them ever came back?
Neither of them came back.
Mm-hmm.
It's been over a year, and they assume that Lazda went into the Gauntlet to have an adventure, as he sometimes did, and something got him. His mother is the only one that still holds out hope of him returning.
Noted. Oh boy. So, if we were actually going to look for him in earnest, we should probably start in the fog fen. Alright. That's most of what I needed.
Alright. You each finish up. Where's everybody going now? What are those of you at the graveyard trying to look for and do up there?
Just again, any signs for as to why, or
I'll let each of you decide what each of you are doing to kind of search around for clues.
I'm going to inspect the dead thing.
Okay. The guards are not letting you near them. You are going to have to convince them somehow. They have orders to not let people in until they put the crypts back in order. These are old crypts belonging to the rich people of the town.
I'm going to explain that I'm a doctor that was sent there to look at them.
To look at the dead guys.
Yes.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
Who do you think performs autopsies?
On the bones?
It's important.
Give me a deception or diplomacy check.
No, definitely deception.
The band kind of side-eyes you and... Alright. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, have at it. And he steps out of the way, and you are allowed into a large crypt, a large mausoleum that they are currently poorly just putting bones back in. It takes you but a glance to tell that, at least with your experience, these bones do not belong together. These are two different, maybe even three different people's bones that are just kind of getting put back in.
Do I notice anything else about the bones?
Give me a medicine check.
I'm gonna re-roll
Okay.
with my one hero point.
Okay. That's really good. Unfortunately, Zeri, these bones don't appear to have any special markings. They're not special bones. Do you take a moment to, like, organize the bones into piles of who they belong to, or are you just leaving these bones all mixed together?
No, I'll organize them.
Okay. The guard kind of side-eyes you and, what are you doing? They go in the tomb.
Yes, but I imagine you want the right bones in the right tomb, don't you?
Are these not the same bones?
They're not the same people.
Well, how can you tell? They're all bones. They all look the same to me. We're all the
That's
same on
why
the
I'm a
inside,
doctor
right?
and you're not.
Alright, fair enough then. Jeez. He throws his hands up and backs out of the tomb. Jeez, with the fucking Fae. You begin
Man,
to,
that's a sentiment right there.
You begin to organize the bones into piles. Unfortunately, you find no special markings or arcane runes or even maybe this guy was big. No, these seem to be normal people. Peoples.
Okay.
There are several normal people brought to life by a powerful necromantic magic that you can guess came from the Gauntlet's light sweeping over them. But you can tell these bones were here. These people were normal people, and it was probably all of the light. This is on Wesk. What are each of you doing to get clues?
I'm trying to think if it might be something about the angle, the sky, the direction that it's coming down. I mean, light travels in a direction.
Best you can tell, this is not a very ornate, fancy graveyard. There seems to be no special rituals taking place here. It's not particularly well warded or guarded. It seems to be a backwater graveyard, but more importantly, you find out that it's not been used in many years. As you kind of give a glance over the graveyard and graves, you discover that it's not been in use for at least 20 years. The last time a body was buried here was a long time ago. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Sure.
You know this because the last time you witnessed a burial, it was a burial at sea dedicated to Kalis, the goddess, or the god of nature. Specifically the elements, as they kind of cremated the body and shipped it out to the large lake. Burials at sea being very popular here. Only the most prestigious get burials at land in Otari. The people here firmly believing in the power of nature over the power of the gods. Other than that, best you can tell, the Gauntlet hit this place and just swept across the graves kind of willy-nilly before settling on the town.
Was it like a moving light, or was it like a flickering blasts of light?
It was a steady beam of light that then hit the graveyard and then swept across into town before flickering out over the market.
So it does go by a path.
Wesk, what are you doing?
I'm going to. I have a theory, but I'm going to approach one of the guard. Do you know if any of the Rose Guard were buried here offhand?
I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, they founded the town a long time ago, maybe. That'd be like 500 years ago, though, right? I don't know if any of these graves are that old. I don't know if the grave would be left.
I'd have to look into that. Thank you. You've been a big help.
I don't... Okay, sure. I don't believe
With
you,
that.
but...
With that, let's go turn and walk over to Cezanne. I have a... I don't want to call it a theory, but...
He's saying this as you're slowly, painstakingly organizing bones into piles, Ziri.
You think that the reason that it might have gone here first is that the Rose Guard might be buried here?
Seems like a possibility.
And the femur pile.
You
I am sad you didn't go with the hip bones connected to the knee bone joke.
you seem to be having quite the time with those bones. I'll leave you to it.
I'm gonna nod and carry on with sorting the bones.
Ziri is not singing the song, but Gax is. But he's not much of a singer, being a bat and all. In your investigation, however, Wes, you do discover there is a tiny, almost hidden wooden stairway at the bottom of the gauntlet down here that does attach to the Dawnflower Library's backyard.
Oh, I was muted.
You were
That would have
muted
been nice.
indeed. It is a
Oh.
tiny little, maybe 5-foot wide, long, winding wooden stairwell.
How
Yeah, I'm glad we climbed.
how old does it seem? Like, is it still usable?
It's old, but it's maintained.
Okay.
You mostly noticed because out of nowhere a priest appeared coming up the steps.
Oh. Well, that would have been somewhat nice to know about, but thankfully, Gideon had his climbing tools.
Alright. With your investigation concluded, unless you would like to investigate further, where is everyone going?
We should probably meet up with Gideon again.
Yeah.
I'll head back up towards the bridge. I figure it's the way I'm going to meet them.
Okay.
It would be good to fetch him if we're going back to the light. Are you done with the bones over there?
Am I done with the bones?
Yes, you have
Okay.
been done. It is now just you kind of out of habit putting bodies back together as you have done before. Your investigation was done before even theirs were.
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay. I'm going to give you a hero point for using your reanimator. Love of dead things. And you each rejoin Gideon. Gideon, you've been standing here for about 5 minutes by the time they've come back down the road.
Ahoy. How was the
Hey.
graveyard?
Very had fun.
Gonna look over at Siri. Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't realize last night quite how old it was. Oh,
It's a graveyard, aren't they old?
right, but that's not where most people in the town are getting buried. People around here prefer by sea.
Hmm.
I don't know if that means anything, but
Well, whoever was buried there, I can tell you it wasn't fighters.
For now, it's best to see if we can stop ourselves from having to figure that one out.
Right. Well, if we're strolling back to the Gauntlet, I might as well tell the party on the way about my findings about Lazda, man with the lantern. Lazda was last seen somewhere in the fog fen. Gonna keep my eyes peeled as we move that way. Assuming we're moving that way.
Are you taking the trail?
I'm gonna take a wide berth of the druid pond.
Okay. Would you like to just cut through the fog fin?
Actually, yeah, that's 2 birds to 1 stone as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. You each begin to hike up through the fog fin, assuming that you wish to stay with Gideon. Is anyone not staying with Gideon?
I'm gonna make sure Gideon doesn't wind up flat on his ass alone.
Go ahead. Onto Gideon's shield because I assume it's going to get a little dark among the tangle of trees.
Okay. You do so.
Oh god, it's even louder. I swear every single time the insects get louder.
Well, we might be a little more in their territory than even you should.
It is a slow, winding, sticky, muddy hike through, as unfortunately this path is not as much packed dirt as it is wet, loose mud and swamp. Most of your boots get stuck with a sickening thunk every step you take. Blessedly, you now emerge onto a path that leads to the Gauntlet through the open area.
You know, all of this would have been avoided if you had just apologized to those druids.
For drinking water.
Sometimes I wonder if you have no fear of the gods.
Fear of the gods or no, you now stand at the hill that leads down into the Gauntlet Keep that takes you to the Fogfin's shores. And you find yourselves on the Gauntlet once more.
I hate that I'm starting to get acquainted with this path.
What? It says I don't own a token in this location?
Correct, I'm putting them down now.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. Be right back.
Alright.
Why does it keep getting louder?
Honestly, we probably should have brought the canoe in now that I think about it.
Oh, yeah, we had the boat.
You do have a small canoe.
We had a small canoe. It's sitting by the port. Actually, I think it's sitting staked on the beach.
I believe it's staked by the Dawnflower Library. We should move that later.
Alright. Thankfully, it seems the Gauntlet is quiet as usual. Where is everyone going?
Well, I don't think we have a lot of directions to choose from.
Yeah, we have one direction down.
Yeah.
Okay. You each descend in the basement and the secondary room?
Yep.
Okay. Notably, the fireball guy is not here.
Good.
So, like, we all remember that happening, right? That wasn't just...
Remember what happening?
Okay. And you may each travel when ready.
Downward it is.
Alright. Down the stairs we go.
Down the stairs.
Did
we
it
go.
happen? Oh.
Did what happen?
I was waiting for the sound effect.
That's because I'm getting the other playlist.
I see.
But yes, the stairs are descended.
What? Why am I here?
Oh,
how-
what'd you do?
Okay, so we're on the map twice and it snapped me over to the other one.
Oh, yeah, you guys are on the map twice here. I'll do this. There. It should be one and done.
I see.
Right. In order to get to where we were, we have to go through the ghoul room.
Can you be more specific?
Honestly, after the shadows, I'll take the ghouls.
Very least, feels like we're a little stronger than last time we were here.
It is also dark as shit down here.
Do
Wesk is going to pull out his Wayfinder and activate it as it begins to glow light.
yeah, Stray?
Yes.
Do I happen to know if living shadows that haven't killed their hosts, do they go away eventually, or do they just kind of stick around?
Give me a religion check.
Good question. Anyway, Suzanne.
So that's weird. Initiative roll. Yes, greater shadows will linger. Lesser shadows spawned by stealing something's shadow usually can survive outside of their host for about... It really depends on a host's strength. But in general, eyeing up Gideon, you get the feeling it might survive for about 3 hours. His shadow is probably gone. Or, well, the shadow creature is gone. His shadow is back.
That's good to know.
I imagine it disappeared around the same time my shadow came back.
Where is Ziri at? Ziri is upstairs still. I see.
Alright, because none of the torches were actually lit.
You can consider these lit, but they will not be by the magical torch. The Everburn torch does not light things.
Oh, for whatever reason. Oh, right, when I got the ever-burning torch, I threw away all my other torches, so I have no torches.
Oh, in that case, yeah, these are out then.
Yep.
I don't know if you heard me, but I was
Using the Wayfinder.
yeah.
Okay. Which cast light on you?
Yep.
I see. There we go. You each creep around the large machine you know is now used to drill holes in heads and extract soul gems. And the
Thanks.
large
Love thinking about it.
human-sized leech that once...
I don't think these were the stairs we went down last time.
I'm
Nope.
lost.
I also can't go down the stairs because my only light source is on. I was right behind him.
Alright.
I'm gonna look around and realize that only Wesk is following me.
Well,
They were right behind you, right?
I thought they were behind you.
there
They're
you
following
go.
me.
Uh,
I was just headed in the same direction.
yes, as you descend the stairs, Ziri, it is dark as shit.
I'm here. I'm here.
Has anyone seen the witch?
Which?
We're not doing this.
Just as okay, you go back. I'll stay with Cezanne to supply light for Cezanne.
No, he deserves the darkness.
Good news, Ziri. You now see some light traveling towards you. It's Gideon.
Good news, bad news. You know.
You take what you can get.
Look at the bright side. It could have been Cezanne. With a witch.
You might want to let the witch go. Yep.
Goodbye. You saw the stairs, right? Try not to fall. We're still
No, it
on the
literally
staircase.
will not let you click it without the UI.
It won't?
No.
I will remind.
I will just
Ziri
move
that I
her
believe
down
she
here.
Has the light. She has the light cantrip.
There, Ziri is now on the floor with you. Regardless,
Great.
you now no
Where
longer
are
need
we?
that. You need this music. You are on floor 3 now.
Floor 3.
Sorry, basement 2.
Gonna say floor
The
3.
ghoul floor.
We did all of-
The ghoul floor. They did the mash.
We're not doing that.
Ah, lame. Regardless, as you creep down, this is the incredibly dangerous floor that you guys fled from your first time, I believe.
Yes.
And you know not what to expect, as this is not where you came down from. This is a
Nope.
different set of stairs.
Just gonna lean against the door and see if I can hear anything.
Okay, give me a secret perception check.
Oh boy.
Pull out his new pistol and his kukri.
Okay. You do not hear anything on the other side of this door, however, Gideon. It is silent as the grave.
Love that.
You do hear distant shuffling, though. Distant scratching.
I'm gonna slowly open this door.
Okay. You do so. What greets you seems to be a mossy, tiled stone hallway that seems to be in much better condition than most of the rest of the gauntlet that you just descended. 2 doors greet your vision, one to the north and one to the south.
Well, if my mental map is right, I think I know where we are.
Okay. As you open this door, thick clouds of mist fill this room entirely. It's making it hard to actually see past and into this room.
How's that mental map working out for you?
I'm pretty sure ghouls be that way. Ah, good.
As you step into the room, however, I need you to give me a perception check.
Everyone?
Just Gideon.
Secret?
And yes, in secret. Oh, nice. Okay. Gideon.
Oh boy.
As you step into this room, something immediately attacks you. This thick cloud, as you step into the mist, congeals around you. Give me a reflex save. Not bad. But as it begins to congeal around you, you immediately step out of this thing congealing around you as it now forms into almost like a shape in the cloud where a creature
Oh, I hate that.
takes form and lashes out at you with a
How's that mental map working out for you?
Pretty good.
oh, that's
This
a
thing
crit.
less so. Sorry, did you just say that's a crit?
That's a crit.
What the fuck?
I rolled a 19 plus it's hit. As you begin to step out, however, a mist congeals around you. You step back, trying to step back into the hall's safety, but a large tentacle lashes out, and you watch Wesk as it grabs Gideon. I will need everybody to roll initiative. And we will be rolling some combat music. Gideon, you are up as this thing now appears in front of you. The mist coalescing into a form you can recognize now.
Oh, fuck this. I'd like to move to try to free myself.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a... Where is it? Fortitude save.
Fort save. Interesting. I'd like to re-roll that.
Okay. Sorry, athletics, not fortitude. Fortitude is initiative.
Oh, good. I still taking the re-roll?
If you want to.
I don't.
You do manage to wrench yourself free. Thankfully, your slick armor providing that +1 you needed to slip out at the last second.
Very
as
nice.
it loses its grip on you.
Oh, right.
You have 2 actions left.
Cool. Very cool.
Bear in mind, escape is an attack action. You have a multi-attack penalty right now.
Very cool. Let's see, do I have... No, I'm actually currently wearing my shield, so I can't do combat grab. I can drop my shield as a free action, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Your shield
I will.
clatters to the ground.
Let me note that.
I've already changed
Oh,
it.
you already did.
Yep.
I see. You're confusing me. Cool. I'm grabbing this thing.
Go for a strike with the multi-attack penalty. That is a hit. And that is a damage as your... Did you spend an action to stoke it then?
No. I mean, I would love to have done so, but I did not.
Okay. Regardless, your flaming sword reacts to the mist around this creature and it lets out a hideous hiss. Almost as if plunging your sword into the water. One action left, I believe.
It's also grabbed.
Okay. As you
And I'm gonna read this real quick.
okay.
I think I could stoke flames, and it lasts till the end of next turn, correct?
I can double check. Let's see. Until the end of your turn, the blade deals 1d6 extra fire damage instead of just 1. You can use
Lasts
it
till end of
once,
turn? I thought it only lasted for one attack. God damn.
as well as that you are now each surrounded in a thick fog, except for you, Ziri, as you watch a plume of mist just envelop Sazan in the hall ahead.
Cool. Well, I don't have a free hand, so there's not a lot I can do, so going for broke.
Okay. The -10. And that does hit, I believe. Yes. As you have grabbed
you,
it, it is
combat grab.
flat-footed. And
I'm just gonna start wailing on this thing with my sword.
This thing attempts to grab Gideon with its tentacle. Gideon, fighting back, grabs it back and begins to just stab blindly into the mist. Ziri, it is your turn. You have
It
no
always
idea
comes
what's
back
happening.
to Pepper Steak.
No, I know what's happening. I just have no idea what to do about it.
I mean, all
Also,
you've seen
it
is
paused on my screen, so I
Okay.
can't move.
yeah.
Okay.
All you've seen is mist rush down the hallway.
Yep.
And then you heard some grunts.
Guys,
Like it was a wrestling match.
what's going on?
I don't know. But help would be cool.
You step into the mist yourself.
I mean, I can't really walk over everybody, right?
You can move through allies, you just can't stop on them.
I gotcha. Okay, let's see here. I don't know if I want to do this.
You may. Okay. You take a breath and charge into the mist, and you now see a large, strange creature in front of you. Half cloud, half mass of tendrils.
My second move, I would like to. Let's see. Alright. Well, that doesn't seem great. I am gonna go ahead and cast this on myself.
Okay.
Good call. That thing crit me with 21 AC.
Then I'm going to use my wand of magic missile. Cast magic missile
Go for it.
on the dark. Okay. What
I've taught her well.
Wait, where is it?
It would
It would be in your
inventory.
There
items
it is.
under consumables.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Up to 2, because you already moved once.
Oh,
One.
One.
Oh no,
You should-
just the one.
Yeah, and also shield.
Ziri takes out the metallic wand tipped with a gem, points it at the creature, and a bolt of pure energy slams into it, and it shrieks, whirling to face her now. Cezanne, you are up.
She just ran in.
It's fine, I got it in a chokehold.
It's more like wrapped around your arm. You're both grabbing each other at this point.
Listen, as far as I know, this is its neck.
Oh, it's not an initiative.
It rolled a 32.
Oh, okay. No. I'm gonna see if I can disrupt it just a little bit.
Okay. It's got to get a fortitude save.
Mm-mm.
That is a failure. So it is...
Dazzled for one
Yep.
round.
Dazzled for a round, and I know its location for the next 2 days, so should I decide to utilize
Okay.
that?
Now-
I can tell you.
I will now say it is not concealed to any of you now. Even though it is in this thick fog, you now have a perfect idea of where it is, Cezanne.
Okay. And then I'm going to draw my on-air repeater.
Oh, sorry, it does specify it would be... Okay, no, it is still concealed. It is a rough
Yeah, not until
location.
4th level. Yeah. It ignores concealment when it reaches the 4th level spell slot.
Yes.
Yeah.
12th level.
Yeah, that is a
Fourth level.
massively different spell when you start casting 4th level.
Yeah. But at the 2nd level, not quite as much. But I am, yeah, I'll... Oh, I don't think I ever put my lawn air repeater away, but I would have assumed that
I will assume none of you, except maybe Wesk, since he specified, were...
yeah.
Holding
so
the
I'm gonna go
weapon.
ahead and draw that. I just can't. That's what I was assuming. I'm gonna draw it, but I can't do that because it's in my hand in the chat. But just
Okay.
know that that's what I'm doing for my 3rd action.
Okay. Wesk, you are up. What would you like to do?
Right first, to stride, I'm gonna move over to here.
Okay. Wesk moving in a strange new pattern.
Wait. Let's see if this training paid off.
Alright. That is going to be a miss. And remember to target.
Right, sorry.
It's alright. It just helps auto-calculate things and play nice animations for you.
Yep.
That is a miss, however, as you swing and with your other hand flip your gun and reload it in one deft action.
Oh.
Alright.
Aim the gun for my second action attack. Holy, that's loud.
Ooh.
That is a
Was
hit.
That scared the shit out of me.
You are firing a gun underground.
In
Regardless,
small quarters.
thankfully, your bullet does find some physical presence here that does catch, and this thing hisses in pain, recoiling. Now tendrils lashing out at everybody in the room.
better have a physical presence, otherwise I don't know what I'm doing right now.
The power of sheer spite. Oh, sorry. It's concealed, so we will need to see. Nope. All right, you're good.
Okay.
You have one action left, I believe.
Reloading strike again.
All right, swing again. Make that multi-attack penalty though. That is a hit. Thankfully, Gideon's flat-footed combat grab granting you just enough of an opening as you are busily trying to rapidly reload, strike, fire, reload, strike, as you are doing a brand new... why did it do that? I would like you to not do that, game. Thank you. As this thing now gets its turn. Oh, good. SMT music, my favorite.
Yes. Oh boy.
Firstly, it is going to strike at you, however, Ziri, as a large tendril comes sweeping down. That is a critical hit against you. Would you like to use your shield block?
Yes.
Okay.
Did it roll for the conceal against her?
It ignores concealment.
Oh, even when dazzled?
Oh, actually, that's a good point. Let me double check the exact rules on dazzled. Let's see. Just in case. Oh no, it does not ignore this one, so it will roll the flat d20 and pass.
It was almost the freeze.
Ziri, you throw up the shield and block this terrible strike against you, but your shield shatters again, and you are now immediately grabbed by this creature. Wesk, it whirls to face you now as well. And then it's going to sweep out at you. That is a hit.
Have to make that concealed thing separately for West.
Yep, it does indeed. And it makes it. Wes, because this thing reaches out and slams you for 14 damage. You are also grabbed.
So glad I grabbed this thing so y'all could fight it at a distance.
I will need each of you that are grabbed to roll a fortitude save for me. Wesk, you will take half damage, and Zir, you will take the full damage. As this thing, instead of lashing out at you, Gideon, now just takes the time to crush and squeeze the two opponents that he has grappled. Ziri, you go down as this thing lashes out and takes you down. Gideon, that is your action.
Oh boy.
Oh, the SMT
Well, I
music
still
was
have this
really
thing going.
fitting.
It was.
I think I'll just leave that.
I'm gonna rev my sword.
I'm gonna help him.
Okay.
Make that attack roll. Fuck.
Unfortunately, this thing does not seem at all concerned with you, Wesk. Just sort of holding you. Now kind of behind it, you realize it does have a facing, and it's staring Gideon down as he rams his sword directly into it. Give me a damage roll.
That it does get a +1 circumstance bonus that I didn't apply, so it's 16. I don't think that matters, but
It does not, unfortunately. Gideon, as you ram your sword into it, this thing is inflamed However, you do need to make a concealment roll. Give me a flat d20.
Flat d20. That's a 12.
You do manage to hit, however. Thankfully, the mist not quite concealing it enough.
Great. I'll fucking do it again.
Go ahead. That is another hit. Roll your damage.
Do I roll the d20 again?
Yep. That is a hit. Roll your damage. Still standing, however, as you are just hacking and cleaving into this thing as best you can.
Someone kill it.
That is the end of your turn. 1 to rev. 2 to strike.
I'm just calling it revving from now on.
Cezanne, you are up. You now see a massive tendrils, more and more tendrils coming out of this thing, filling the room. Ziri has disappeared from sight, and Wesk is now being choked to death, held aloft.
That's the concerning part.
Dealt with
Not
worse.
the Ziri dying on the ground.
Oh, I
Finish
don't.
it off.
Oh, he doesn't see her.
Trust me.
Ziri disappeared into the mist, and that's all he saw.
Okay, I'm seeing it pretty hurt. I'm hearing Wesk.
Okay. That is, however, success. Roll your damage. And it takes half that. However, it does drop.
Just enough.
That is combat off.
All right. So, how does risky surgery work on someone who's unconscious?
It gives them a failed death save immediately.
I am weighing my options.
Each
Alright.
earn
Oh, that's
60
not
XP for that fight.
I was trying to move. I can't open it because there's no light.
Alright, you each rush in, and the mist in this room dissipates.
All right, but hear me out. Wounded goes away if you treat wounds, right?
Correct.
As long as you succeed.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Don't worry about it. I'm re-rolling that.
Okay. Sure.
That's a risky surgery.
Ziri, you take 2 points of slashing damage and become dying at 2
Excellent.
before you heal 12 points of damage and just come back to life.
The treat wounds didn't count the risky surgery.
Brutally fucking not great. And yes, you will have to roll another 2d8 for me.
Oh, I should.
Me?
No, Gideon.
This is what risky surgery does. You get 2 heals for the price of 1. Only problem is, you gotta hurt somebody first.
I know. I already have it.
You
I
both
see.
took risky
That makes
surgery.
Wesk. That takes 10 minutes, right, Stray?
Yes.
Alright.
Gideon
Wesk.
takes a brief moment to explain what he's done, only to realize that Ziri is not impressed at all.
As you guys are fussing over Ziri, Wesk is sitting as he slowly seems to be less and less exhausted from the fight. That's 10 HP points back thanks to the white spindle.
When from the point that I see that Ziri's, that Gideon here knows what he's doing with Ziri, I'm gonna start refocusing.
Okay. You each take 10 minutes. It only takes you about 5 minutes to come to consciousness, Ziri, but you are in stabbing pain as you realize that Gideon is treating your wounds. Unimpressed.
By stabbing.
Well, it's more like he's just doing what must needs be done, regardless of your comfort level. This includes popping bones back into place as this thing crushed you to unconsciousness. After a few minutes, you do manage to catch your breath and begin to breathe on your own again.
That one was not a risky surgery.
It's fine. Let someone focus on you. I'll be okay.
Okay. Regardless of that, you are, however, treat wounds immunity is now. I'm going to get rid of this so that I can just
Wait, what gave me treat wounds immunity?
attempting to treat wounds on you.
Oh. It's fine. Let someone focus on you. I'll be okay.
Regardless, the hideous creature that you each noted was in the mist seems to have dissipated with the mist. With a hiss, it disappears, leaving not even a body behind.
Do I have any idea what that might have been?
Give me Arcana or Nature. No. All right. What would everybody like to do?
I think somebody should look at Gideon's wounds before we continue.
I think that would have to be Zeri. Last time I tried to treat Gideon's wounds, I'm pretty sure I just got in the way. I can use the staff if we need to.
I can help.
I'll just need a
Try.
couple. I'll need a couple more minutes and I'll be good to go.
Okay. I would say in the meantime, as you begin to check out the room and think, Cezanne, it's going to take them another 10 minutes. Is there a second activity you would like to do? You've refocused once and you can do something else now.
I'm gonna glance around the room. You said it looked newer. Is there anything of note in here?
Give me a perception check in secret.
That was just the default for perception.
Yes, but I feel the need to reinstate it.
Beautiful.
Go ahead and roll me another 2d8, Zeri. Since you succeeded, you get a critical success instead. Actually, no, that's not a risky surgery, huh?
Yep.
No.
Either way,
Oh.
that'll be the last 8 point HP points while she works on Gideon that Wesk needs.
Zeri does treat you for about another 4 points of HP, and Wesk's gem now filling him with even more revitalization magic. You don't detect anything else, Cezanne, but as you look to the south, for some reason the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. A sort of third sense, or fifth sense, sixth sense, whatever. Third eye, sixth sense. This whole floor is giving you the heebie-jeebies.
But especially the south.
It's really all around, but yes, super concentrated to the south.
I get the feeling there's something really concerning in that direction.
How do you feel about dealing with whatever's that direction, Mr. Mental Map?
You're welcome. Next time, I won't grab the giant tentacle monster and I'll let it flail you around.
Seems like we're going the other way.
Is there anything behind this door?
You don't know?
You're right, I don't.
There's only one way to figure it out.
I've literally got my ear pressed against the door.
You hear mumbling, talking, something speaking in the next room, but very quietly.
Are you not going that way?
I'm not dealing with any room where I can hear something on the other side.
It could be the
Whatever's in
people
there
we're
is
looking
capable
for.
of speed.
Remember, what's your name? Smugglers are still here.
Yeah, we already found one corpse, but
Doesn't mean the rest are dead.
alright. How slow can I open a door?
Incredibly slowly, but it will ultimately open.
I would like to quietly as possible open the door.
Give me a stealth check.
Alright, this is my forte.
He said, like a liar. Never mind. You see something in the next room before it sees you. A large red-skinned devil, quietly back turned to you, scratching into the wall with one long clawed fingernail, dragging it slowly down the wall. Hundreds of the self-same tally marks decorating the wall.
Pretty sure that's not one of them.
Well, it's up to you, hero.
I'm not liking West's tone this session.
Other direction if need be.
You're gonna have to decide pretty quickly, though. This thing is turning around. Are you going in or out?
Okay, swing the door open.
Okay.
I'd love
As
to
you
take a surprise round at it, but
swing the door open. Are you? Are you just running at it?
Do it.
oh, this thing was talking intelligent speech. I guess the first thing I'd do is be like, sup?
Oh,
So,
okay. The first thing you notice as you open each door, the walls and floors are decorated with hundreds upon hundreds of little tally marks, as if somebody has been keeping account for ages. Not just years, not just decades, centuries of counting. To the northwest, an iron door with a little barred window sits in the wall. A steel padlock hanging lazily open off of the door's hinges. As the large creature, maybe standing at about 7 feet tall, wielding a intimidatingly sharp, abrasive, jagged polearm, turns to face you.
How's it going? You speak common?
I do. Halt, intruders. You are under arrest. Please hand over your gear and step into the prison, he says, motioning to the west.
For what crime?
For stepping into Belcora's vault.
Guys, it's one of them.
One of what?
They called it Belcora's vault.
You do realize Belcor is dead.
Of course I realize she's dead. But I can't just break a contract. After all, the last command I got was wait here and let no one out until I come for you. He
How did
shrugs.
Belcora manage to put a devil into a contract?
Isn't he just a tiefling? Seems kind of rude.
What? No, I'm a full-fledged devil. That's really rude of you.
Mm.
My contract states that I had to work for Belcora. But, unfortunately, as a devil, I am obligated to serve my contract until I can no longer serve. It's a little frustrating. I know she's dead, and she's not coming back to give me a different order. But, well, without a contract, I can't really study my contract for a loophole to get out.
Was it a verbal contract or a physical
It's a
contract?
physical contract. What are you, fucking stupid?
I could still do that one. So
Yeah,
we
that's why
find the
contract
contract.
over here
Actually-
requires writing rule against touch your front.
I've got an idea.
Listening.
How about a trade? Technically, you've not stepped foot in this room, and thus I have no reason to stop you. You're not breaking my contract yet.
That's correct.
Why don't you bring me the contract? And if you do, then I can look over it for some way out of this deal. If you
Where am I missing?
do, then I'll tell you some things you might like to know if you intend to snoop around here without dying.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Better deal than the mayor gave.
Do you know where she would normally keep the contract?
I'm not sure. It's probably somewhere in her library study, though.
I don't get the impression he gets out much. Alright, so, study. I think that's back on the surface.
No, that would be down here.
Oh, great. More exploration.
Is that on this floor or lower?
He shrugs.
Yeah, alright.
We'll keep an eye out for it. I have an idea
If you
where it could be.
If you return without my contract, I'm going to arrest you.
Sounds good.
Well, make sure not to return without it. We'll leave you to it.
Is that a deal
I
we
know.
have?
I'm not shaking on it, but I'll bring you your contract.
He shuts the door.
What a nice fellow.
I feel like that could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah, it pays to say hi.
Says the one who wanted to leave him alone.
You step back into the mist-filled room, now, thankfully, clear.
So, not missing.
Correct.
So you hated the idea of this room, right?
One down there.
It's really just a general, I hate this entire floor.
As I recall, we heard something like ghouls coming from this way, right?
Correct.
We heard it coming from like everywhere, but that general direction, yes.
So, you want to take a chance on ghouls or take a chance on Cezanne's bad feelings?
Got a coin?
Something like that.
Let's leave it up to fate.
Take a chance on ghouls.
Okay.
Time to die again.
Again.
Oh, Siri, don't get left behind. Wait, is this? What's directly to the south of me?
That would be the
That's the way we went last time.
cave with the water drake.
Okay, so I think I know where we are now.
Aha, you too have a mental map, I see.
Don't get left behind, Zeri.
Obviously not at her computer. Oh. Okay.
She's right behind you.
It snapped like late for me.
I'm right here.
Ready to kill some ghoul.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and stoke the flames in the sword.
I think on what I know about ghouls before we
Sure.
kick this door down. Is that a religion check?
That is a religion check.
I'm gonna do that too.
Okay, go for it. You, thankfully, Siri, because you studied at the Dawnflyer Library, you would know this as well. Ghouls are cannibalistic undead that eat other corpses. They hunt lonely travelers in ruined crypts. Love to dine on flesh, preferably dead, but they can make living flesh dead in a pinch. They are, and you would know this specifically, Sazan. They are great hunters, stalkers, and they have tremendously powerful leaps. They're also, because of their exposure to many undead, they carry a nasty sickness with them. And, more importantly, a ghoul's claws carry, at all times, a potent paralytic toxin that is how they primarily hunt the living. They strike lone travelers, paralyze them, and then consume them alive.
I knew I should have prepped remove paralysis. Okay. So
Seems like a
just
real cool
quick,
idea.
Quick rundown. Claws paralyze you. They carry a sickness, and they jump high.
You know what? This seems like a good time to run back and grab my shield off the ground.
You do so.
If you really want, we could go deeper and come back a day when I have the spell for it. That's
How
up to you.
about we don't all get paralyzed at once?
Yes, that would be the hope.
I'm gonna stoke the flames in the sword and get ready for a sudden charge at anything I see.
Okay. As you swing open the door, the first thing you notice is that hundreds of stone shelves are carved into the walls here in this 15-foot wide hallway. It is a staggering number of books, scrolls, and portfolios that still remain somehow. Most of them are still intact. Signs hang off the doors that you see along the hall, and a blue glow comes from the south. You cannot read any of the text on the sign, however. You do see a creature standing in the shadows, wearing pale blue robes, long gangly limbs poking out from underneath the robe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You do see a creature if you would like to charge in.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Okay.
Right behind you.
As you charge in, you spot 3 more ghouls to the north. And we are going to go ahead and play. Not that. Where is it? There we go. As you charge in, the creatures that you see wearing pale blue robes, these are indeed ghouls standing at about 5 to 6 feet tall, varying. Seemingly caught off guard by you, however. Go ahead and give me an initiative roll, everybody. And Gideon, give me one swing.
Put us in combat.
You are now in combat. And this thing takes 8 points of damage as your fire sword slices through him. And he lets out a...
I use one of my hero points on my initiative. if that's all
Okay,
right.
go ahead.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
And we are going to go ahead and begin combat with you, Wesk, taking us to the top of the round as Gideon charges in. You cannot use that stride as you did not perceive any enemies. This would be part of your stride.
Yeah, alright. Right here.
As you
Move up
emerge
here.
into the long hallway, a sickly blue light now catches your eye to the southwest. A large open room.
Oh, hell.
That is a hit. As this thing takes another 3 points of piercing damage.
Then we will reloading strike. Also, it is flat-footed against my next melee attack.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay, go for it.
Got two.
It does hit because of the flat-footed. Go ahead and roll your damage. As you barely catch this thing off guard. Luckily, your weapon both agile and you are accustomed to swinging this thing. It catches the
Alright.
ghoul on his back foot. However, Ziri, you are able to tell a language comes from these creatures. You hear a call out, a shout from the creature as it begins. Things scurrying in the dark. There we go. As you, Wesk, are going to be targeted. That is, I believe, a hit against you. Almost a crit. Give
Thank
me
God.
a fortitude save. Okay. However, this thing's claws does rake across your back. It immediately leaps on you, jaws agape, biting into your armor, however. Yes, bites into your armor. Can't get through it. Zahn, you are up as things are now just scurrying, shuffling, and something has just screeched out a language you don't understand as you step into the hall, and oh my god, that's so many ghouls.
Oh boy. Oh, wait a second.
The realization as everyone steps in.
These are undead, you say?
Yes, these are a type of undead.
This thing's right in front of me. I need the thing gone.
Okay, is that the touch range?
That's the 2. I specifically did the target on opponent 2,
Okay.
range 1.
Go ahead and roll your damage then. That is a full 8 points of damage as you reach out and a searing blast of positive energy hits the creature, usually healing, now recoiling the creature as it sears its flesh.
Well, it does not get the plus when you do it as a damage. Good to know.
The plus what?
For healing.
Yeah.
It's 2d10, isn't it?
The normal
Oh,
healing
yes, it
spell, when you do
specifies
as a
the
2.
healing.
Yeah. That's good to know.
I believe that is both your one to stride,
Yeah, that's
2 to
my
cast.
actions.
Gideon, you are up as the undead have begun to crash down upon you. Goodbye, Como. You're very far away now.
Every time. Alright. Let's see. Fire wasn't super effective, so I don't think I need to stoke the flames. I'm going to try...
You also
No,
can
I have
only
my shield
stoke the
equipped.
flames once every 10 minutes.
Ah, cool.
That sword is revved out.
I'm gonna try and help with fake out.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll. That does help you hit as you throw your weapon out. It seems to know what a gun is, and it recoils, flinching, and that's the moment you need to twist your blade, what would be a miss, into a graze. Go roll your damage.
Excellent.
Has 10 more points of damage as this thing is severed, beheaded. A shriek, and then it drops. The sound of forgiveness. Screaming and then silence. That's one action.
Everything I like. Great. I'm gonna whip around and see what's going on with Sazan. See him right in front of a ghoul. I'm not gonna have that.
Okay. You charge at the enemy. Go ahead and roll strike.
It's also
That's
flat-footed.
good now.
It is as well flat-footed. Good point. As well as that, Wesk is no longer flat-footed.
Yep.
That is a critical hit.
Hey.
As
Hey.
this thing is once, twice, 2 heads lopped off. I believe sudden charge is 2 actions. That is the end
Correct.
of your turn, however.
I owe you one.
Save it. I might need it yet.
As
Fight's
these
not
things-
over.
This one, however, creeps forward. And it is going to just run directly at you, Gideon. And it leaps on you. biting
Targeting
into your
Wesk.
armor.
Thought you were
What?
doing it
Is
at me.
On my screen, it's targeted at you. Is it not?
Definitely says target Wesk.
There is some sort of desync. Hold on. Let me post into the
That's
Discord.
weird. All right. Well, then we'll target Wesk.
I was gonna say, you're free to target me because the 20 doesn't hit.
Wesk, give me a fortitude save.
Don't fail to save.
It's the
Not like
geometry
that.
kind.
using a hero point.
Okay.
Not
Good
using
news,
another
Wes.
one. I can't use another one.
You take 7 points of damage and immediately fall paralyzed. Give me another fortitude save. Oh, you lucky bastard. And whereas this thing now whirls to face you, Gideon, it lashes out with a claw strike at you. Why does that say? Why is everything targeting Wesk? What the fuck?
Stop!
I'm targeting? Like... Huh. Okay, well, regardless, I'm not changing it this time. It's targeting you, Gideon, as you thank the stars you invested in that armor, because it just scrapes with a hideous across your chassis. And then
Chassis.
chassis. I know what I said.
I like chassis. Let's go with chassis.
And it leaps over you all.
Stop trying to kill the priest. I don't appreciate it.
The ghoul around this corner now, noting what's going on, sort of clambering over the furniture like a cat almost, screams out again in a language none of you understand except Siri. And charges at you, Gideon. Just double checking, I'm targeting you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fucking hell. Gotta love that. Once, twice, that's a hit, however. Give me a fortitude save, Gideon.
All right.
As you take 5 points of slashing damage as it goes to bite you and you headbutt it back off of you, only to, as it's recoiling backwards, backhanding you and catching you with a lucky slash across your face. Luckily, you do not succumb to the paralysis. Ziri, you are finally up. You just watched a shadow leap over Cezanne. Thank God for that 30 feet move speed. As you emerge. Oh, this is a dream come true, Ziri. There's so many old books here. And so many undead. That are still moving, unfortunately.
Alrighty.
Ziri, you can read the signs in this room. They are in Undercommon.
Okay, well,
Is it always? But
Quiet. you.
damn,
You
wherever.
can. Fail RP.
Wesk is currently in a paralyzed heap on the ground.
Yep.
He's twitching a little bit.
Look over and Wesk's eyes are open, so you know he's not unconscious, but he's not having a great time.
does poison affect ghouls?
I don't think it does. actually don't know off the top of my head. I don't immediately think they do, but let me check. No, they are immune to poison. I just double checked.
See here. Okay.
Uh-huh. I'm awake.
Um, what would you like to be doing with that, Ziri?
Which spell did you use?
I don't know why it did that the way that I clicked on it. That was produce flame
Okay.
on targeted. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, that
I think I
That
clicked
works.
something weird to make it attack. My bad.
it's completely fine. But that is a hit. You deal. Give me a D4. As you deal an 7 points of fire damage. Yes. Actually, that's heightened, so yes, 2d4. Because you are level 3, it gets automatically heightened. So we're going to use that dice roll I just did for a total of 10 points of damage instead. As your flame streaks out, it's within touch range, Ziri. How would you like to do this? Would you like a point-blank shot, or would you like flaming hands?
Flaming hand.
Flaming hands. Is Ziri more of a punch girl or a slap girl?
Slap girl.
Okay. Ziri reaches out, and Cezanne, as this thing leaps over you, about the same time Ziri slips past you, it lands, whirls to receive a slap to the face on fire from Ziri. I believe that's your turn, however, Ziri. 1 to stride, 2 to cast. Wesk, you are up. You are now
hear
generating
me
a
out.
lot of noise.
Don't fail the fortitude save.
Do I get another fortitude save?
You do get a fortitude save.
Oh, good. It's not D&D. You're paralyzed forever.
That's good. You do, however, cleanse the paralysis, but it is at the end of your turn.
That's what I figured.
Cezanne, you are up.
Yes, I am.
Oh, I'm amazed that didn't drop you prone as well.
I'm gonna try and get the thing off of me.
I don't think you actually fall to the ground when you're paralyzed.
You do not.
Nope.
You just seize up in place.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your attack, bud, as you conjure up a divine lance to hurl at the enemy. That is a hit.
At this point, I'm just swinging to get this thing away.
Okay. That thing
You're doing a good job of it.
does do a good job as it 1-2 wombo comboed by your casters, just channeling punches and slaps. It keels over with a hiss, thudding to the ground, the back of its head hitting loud and painfully. You have 1 action left.
Okay.
I'd appreciate that a lot if I wasn't busy dealing with the last goal. And a currently recovering lizard.
Fine.
You, meanwhile, decide to whip out your repeater, take aim, and fire, missing wide. Not remotely close, as this thing just jerks to the side. You miss it by a good 3 or 4 feet. Gideon, you are up.
Alright. Stoking the flame. Can't do it.
Can't do it. It's out of gas. Ain't got no gas in it.
Take a swing.
Very sad about that. Alright.
I'm here with you.
Combat grabbing it.
Go for it.
And I am using Fake Out to aid.
Alright.
Incoming explosion.
That is a critical hit.
You're welcome.
And a third clean beheading as this thing collapses to the ground. And the silence returns. The ominous silence.
Nice recovery, Wesk.
That is combat.
Nice swordsmanship. Where the hell are we?
Not around ghouls anymore, which I appreciate. What's with the giant blue swirling vortex?
I can tell you what it's probably below.
Do we want to stop here for the night? It is getting late.
I'm fine either way.
Yeah,
How
if
are...
you want to, we can, but I'm good with whatever.
We can keep going a little longer.
Okay. Ziri, there are notably signs above each door here that you can read as they are in Undercommon.
What does each say? How many doors are there? 1, 2. 2? Just 2?
There's 2 on the other side.
One here, one here, one here, one here, 2 here,
Jesus.
and the hallway that curves around the corner here.
That's a lot of doors.
Is this carpet?
No, it is just green tile.
I'm gonna keep my sword and shield drawn, just looking around the corner over here.
Okay.
So,
The nearest door, however, this door is safety, with a carving of leaping flames. The door over here is repair storage. The door over here is workroom. Those are the 3 nearest doors.
Wait, are these all bookshelves?
Yes, the entire hallway is stone shelves lined with books, portfolios.
Son of a bitch. Gonna take forever to find that contract.
Unlike the tomes on the surface of the gauntlet, however, these are in much better condition. Gideon begins to make his way off alone up the northern hallway.
I'm just gonna peer around the corner.
Okay. As you do so, a mimic, anyway.
You would not.
More and more and more doors split off from here. It is now becoming a dizzying task to map out the gauntlet.
Sure is. Alright, guys. Bad news. Lot of frickin' doors.
There's also an ominous-looking blue vortex to the south.
yeah, that's
And
kind of been what
as
I've
you
been looking at this whole time.
approach, you spot 3 more ghouls sitting, lounging comfortably around this pale blue vortex. Smooth stone walls glistening with moisture despite the air being pretty stuffy down here. Several low tables, couches, and rotting morsels of decayed flesh interspersed between these lounging ghouls. A twisting ribbon of pale blue light stretches up from the floor's center, spiraling up and disappearing into the ceiling above. The areas that this light touches, however, looks like infected tissue spirals out from whatever it touches. As These ghouls spot you, however. They, with a look of shock, leap to their feet. I will need everyone to roll initiative again.
Great.
After my last hero
Great.
point.
I'm gonna hold on to mine. And I'll just take that low roll.
Feel like I'm gonna need it.
Yeah.
You and me both.
Did I use it on something? I'm really blanking.
Yeah, you used it on initiative earlier.
Oh, but yeah, but I had 2.
So then you had 1. Then you just used it to reroll, right?
What did I reroll?
Oh, I thought you
Just trying-
rerolled
I'm
your
just
second
trying to
initiative.
remember. It's fine.
All right. We're going to start with you, top of the round, Cezanne, as you were the first to react to these evil undead making their appearance. What would you like to do?
That's a good question. I'm about... Okay, 25. You know, I'm just... This feels like a good way to start things out.
Okay. You do so. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Who are we
Oh,
targeting?
sorry, it's the only one that I'm in range of. Which is this one right here.
This one? Alright. That is
Yeah.
a whiff, however, as it streaks and this thing reacts at the last second, jerking quickly to the side at the last second to dodge. You have 1 action left.
Okay. Let's see if I can catch it off of its dodge with this. That's not gonna.
That is also a whiff as you fire and with your other hand grip your rifle one-handed, firing it from the hip. Not having much time to aim as you are just trying to attack before they can move. Whiffing both, however. Ziri, once again, the boys have left you far in the dust. You do, however, hear something call out from down the hall again in that language that only you know of. All right. As you approach the sickly pale blue lights, you now see several more ghouls lounging, starting to leap to their feet. It's 1 to stride. You got 2 actions left.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll your damage for me.
Oof.
It's not a crit success, but it was close.
As you streak out your lightning, now heightened because you are level 3, 2d4. It slams into the creature, but unfortunately you can't get a good shot on it, having to run up. As this thing now runs at you, Wesk. It, however...
The second arc.
The what?
Electric arc.
And what about electric arc?
Doesn't it hit 2 things?
If they are within 5 feet of each other.
Ah.
This one, however, running forward, it now... Why does it not list this right here? Oh, there it is. It leaps over you, Ziri and Cezanne, as it now targets you, Cezanne. A man of the cloth. We are one and the same, it seems.
Oh god, it speaks common. Luckily, I can't hit for shit.
Don't say that.
It does, however, hit. Cezanne, give me a fortitude save.
Man, I sure wish that
Not
thing
like
hadn't
that.
disappeared. I sure wish that hero point hadn't disappeared earlier.
I don't know what you used it on. I don't remember, but I do know you used it on something.
I just remember the initiative one.
I will allow you this one. Reroll it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Go ahead and make another fortitude save, bud.
A second fortitude
A
save?
second Jaws attack.
Second fortitude save.
No, there are two parts.
Oh god.
This is not a regular.
You do,
This is
however, take
advanced.
7 points of damage as the jaws tear into you. And lastly... No, actually, that is all of its actions. This ghoul, now shocked by Ziri, leaps to its feet. Ah! Stumbling forward, it leaps over you each with its powerful legs. It strikes at you, Ziri, with a jaw attack. I need you to give me 2 fortitude saves, please, Ziri. Okay. Well, that's worth it. However, you are going to take 5 points of damage. You do feel something inject into you, however, Ziri. A liquid that pushes back into your own veins as this thing leaps over you each. You are now flat-footed, Cezanne, as this thing once more grabs to bite you. I believe that is a
Oh.
crit.
Yeah.
As you take 6 more points of damage. Give me a fortitude save. Okay, give me a fortitude save. Damn. Okay. Cezanne now just being swarmed by these undead. Unfortunately, Gideon, as you go to swing at them with your attack of opportunity, they leap clean over you.
The leap is a hard counter for that.
Before you can even react, they sail over you, bounding powerful legs. It is your turn, however, Gideon.
All right. I'm gonna do a sudden charge.
I'm gonna fake it out.
You cannot, as you have not had your action yet, Wesk. You do not have your reaction.
Oh shit, you're right.
Step 1 over here. Step 2 right here. Catch this thing from behind.
Okay, you do.
I'll just sail into it.
That is a hit. And for those who wanted to see the ghoul, we have this.
Not my best work.
It is, however, not. As you stab this thing and run it through, it seems intently focused on Cezanne. doesn't even turn to react to the pain instead. A man of the cloth. A man of the cloth. You have one action left, I believe.
Great. I'm
One of
dropping
us.
the shield again.
Okay. You drop the shield to the floor. There's a loud clanging, ringing noise. Go ahead and make your multi-attack penalty. Alright, that is a hit.
Alright. Get grabbed, asshole. Man, not rolling great on the damage today. I mean, I was. Now I'm not.
So it takes another 6 point of slashing and fire damage. And it is, however, grabbed. Get your hands off me.
Absolutely not.
Wesk, you are up.
Right. Going to shoot at. Oh. It's still reloaded. Hold on. That's not what I'm actually doing. I lost it because of fake out, but I still have to reload. I'm going to shoot.
That is a critical hit. As this thing takes 27 points of damage as Wesk blows its head off. Thankfully, Cezanne, this was the one you were face to face with, so you get a nice face full of ghoul blood.
I was about to point out that one should also be flat-footed, but wasn't necessary.
With that.
Thankfully, ghouls don't have any sort of infections or diseases they carry in their blood or anything, right?
We'll worry about that later.
Going to
Their mouth wasn't
Step.
open, right?
step forward and
Yeah.
reloading
Step
strike
right on that ghoul's corpse.
Okay,
on that one.
go for it. That is a hit. As you begin to carve and shoot and cleave your way through these things. I believe that is 1 to shoot, 1 to step,
Yep.
1 to
to
strike and
stab.
reload.
Yep.
Cezanne, you are up.
That's some fucking action economy right there.
It gets so much better.
We are far from the same demon.
You are also no longer flat-footed because of Wesk.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Give me that 30-foot emanation.
I see. We are going to make fortitude saves for each of them.
We sure are.
This one evaporates. As this one takes that, and you each gain HP as Cezanne's pulse of healing magic erupts out, and this thing hisses and shrieks at you. I believe that is all 3 of your actions, however.
If we're so similar, why do you heal back at the light?
Zero, you are up.
She might have had to go take care of cats real quick.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and take my turn if everyone doesn't mind.
I'm not gonna stop you.
You're the GM. You can say this thing moves out of turn order if you want.
I mean, I am, so I don't know what to tell you about that.
Go right ahead.
This guy, however, is going to attempt a athletics check and shoves and breaks free, leaping over you each now. Pushing Gideon away, it recoils from Cezanne, desperate to leave, stepping into the pale blue ribbon of tendrils and lights.
Alright.
It heals 8 points of damage in the pale blue lights. And that will make Ziri your turn if you are here.
I am back.
It's healing. Stop it. Kill it with fire. Preferably a lot of fire.
Okay. I would like to use three spells. Okay.
Okay, what are we casting?
Let me look at my thingy again. What do we got here? God, could you not? 6. Yeah, we're gonna go with the rabbit again.
Just at the boy.
Yeah, right next to him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's my turn, isn't it?
Yes, but the rabbit now gets 2 actions.
Cool. Okay. Rabbit would like bite this man.
Okay. That is a hit.
He said, shocked.
Actually, is it? Yes, actually it is. As this thing leaps on this thing's shin, biting it, causing it some spew of green-black blood to spray out. That has 1 action left.
If I want to use the strike again, do I
It-
click the -5?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that critical damage. This thing takes...
Get him, buddy! Get him!
It is the rabbit.
As you conjure up this undead rabbit, however, his eyes go wide and he looks at you. An Ennecril, the language of death. Locking eyes with you, Ziri, he utters this phrase. Gideon, you are up.
All these languages I have. Damn.
Yes, you are a very smart lady.
Yes, you are very educated.
You know more languages than Aymar. Aymar is an intelligence build. Alright. A bit concerned about going near the vortex, but... well, here we are. We all take our risks. Still got this thing targeted. Coming straight for his face.
Okay.
I'm wondering
Yes.
Can I? Get to flat-footing this guy with the rabbit.
You may. However, as you step near him, give me a reflex save. Also, a horrible drone fills your ears. And you immediately take 7 points of damage as the light touches your skin, and it immediately starts to decay. The familiar heartbeat, either your own or the Gauntlight's, starts pounding in your ears as you step into this light. Luckily, you recoil back in time as you swing at this guy. Go for it.
I'm
Gotta finish it first.
also using Fake Out to aid.
I'm rerolling.
Oh,
That
what
is
is a
critical hit.
critical on? Oh, okay.
So I can roll critical damage?
Correct.
Damn.
As this guy collapses in the light.
Alright, I'm gonna book it out of the light as fast as possible after that.
Okay, as you do, he comes back.
Never mind.
Reforming.
We're out of combat.
Wesk, you are up.
What about my other actions?
That was 2.
One.
Yes, correct. Well, it's 2 for sudden charge, but yes, you have 1 left.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Alright. Fucking hell. Not today.
No, you are completely caught off guard by this guy coming back after you landed a terrific skull-splitting blow on him.
Alright, kill it before it kills me.
So much I can
I'm
do.
gonna assume the flat-footed wouldn't hurt.
As you ask this question, Ziri, he is now reforming from this attack. Wesk, what are you doing? Shooting him. Yeah, that makes sense. Luckily, it is flat-footed by the rabbit, so this does hit by 1. Roll your damage.
Roll more damage. Roll better damage. I guess the trade-off is a dueling pistol is not the best.
Gideon, you are now hearing voices in your head.
Yeah, that checks out.
Wesk, you are now also... The scales on your skin begin to perk up, tingling. And a familiar heartbeat begins to pound in your ears.
No way, that's hitting.
No, that is a miss. I believe that's the end
That's
of
all
your
three.
turn. Sazan, you are up. Now, as you watch undead fight undead.
No, that's appropriate. Thanks for the Silent Hill. That's not how I'm feeling right now.
I'm gonna hope it stays down this time, but I have a feeling it won't.
That is a critical hit.
Hey.
Is there a critical button on this?
I'm just going to double that one. Ziri, as this man says the next thing, he collapses in a pile again. Ziri, it is your turn.
What language is Sazan speaking?
You don't know.
Interesting.
It's all gobbledygook to me. Can someone give
Yes, the
us
casters in the party are now
vortex?
just... as well as that, Wesk, I need a reflex save from you, bud.
Hmm.
You take 9 points of necrotic damage as your skin now also begins to decay this close to the tendrils of light. Ziri, you are up.
Okay. So 1 to sustain the spell, right?
Correct. This gives the bunny 2 actions.
But he's just in a heap right now.
Correct.
Can I speak since I didn't get my last action? Just a line.
Oh, did you? I guess we did. Go
I
ahead.
don't have anything to. I don't have anything to do with the action. I just get it out of the light.
Okay. Can I stand over my bunny?
You may. It is small enough. However, you do need to make a reflex save. Zira, you immediately feel sickened to your stomach again, just like you did in the surface when you were in the middle of the gauntlet. A heavy rock in your stomach, and your skin begins to also crawl and decay as you approach this light. Somebody's heartbeat, either your own or somebody else's, pounds in your head as you draw closer and closer, your vision swimming.
I would like to attempt to yank the pile away from the light.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Is 8 a free action?
8 is reaction.
May I aid?
Sure.
Also athletics?
Yes.
I'm gonna re-roll.
Okay.
Wasn't great either.
As you begin to pull and struggle, Gideon, hearing Sazan's words, begin to move it. Where would you like to move this guy, Ziri?
Where is the light?
It is
He's on
Right,
top
he's
of it.
in it.
emanating
Just right
out
on top of him?
in a 5 feet burst from here.
If anything, I would be trying to shove it, preferably so you can pull it behind you.
Yeah, like towards here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's... I'm
You-
gonna grab it and yank it backwards.
Just jerk it back with you, and that is going to be combat off, as this seems to prevent him from reappearing.
Wait, I'm getting the hell out of here
Yep.
immediately.
Okay. You each immediately flee from the light. The rabbit, completely fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Funny.
However,
I've seen worse rabbits.
after about
I
60 seconds, the rabbit does fall to pieces as your magic is unable to sustain its form.
Funny.
Gax looks jealously at the creature.
Wesker is gonna lean back against the bookshelf behind him. I'm gonna need a minute.
yeah.
I have so many questions right now.
Me too.
And we are going to give you each 80 XP. Should we wrap it up there? It is now 1 a.m.
Yeah,
Yes.
we should wrap it up.
Now would be a good time to close it out.
Okay.
That was a satisfying conclusion.
It, as you begin to pull it away from its restorative necrotic energy, it does say one last word to you, Siri. Before turning into dust in your hands.
Ah, yes, more gobbledygook. What does Neckard sound like again?
Sounds like a lot of gnashing of teeth and hissing.
Great. Sounds
It's a very
beautiful.
teethy sentence. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap it up there. Any last thoughts, any last words, any last actions before we finish up? As you are now in the library.
I've got my gloves pulled off and I'm staring at my hands, trying to make sure I didn't get flesh eaten too horribly. The next time I try to jump into an evil pillar of light, somebody stop me.
It worked out in the end.
Alright, we'll go ahead and stop there.
Picking my shield up before we go so I don't forget next time.
Okay, you do so. As the quiet of the grave returns, you still hear things shuffling in the dark in the dozens of rooms around you now. And we will stop it there.
Mhm.